Hi friends, today I am planning to explain how can we do Indian currency classification using deep neural network. Here first I will show you a UI interface where we can upload a currency and we can see how it classifies. Okay, once that is done, I will explain you how can we do a training, then I can explain you how can we use a trained model to predict Indian currencies. Okay, so let's start. So here already one browser is up and it is running the localhost 8000, and this is actually developed in Django framework. Very simple UI. The purpose is to demonstrate the classification part. So let me choose, I have selected few, let me choose a currency here, then click on upload. Okay, this is 100 rupees and it is classified correctly here. So again it's 100 rupees, that is also correct. So maybe let me select another one. 20, that is also correct. Let me take this one. It's also correct, and the last one. Okay, 500. I mean 50. So this is also classifying correctly. So this model is actually trained, and I used it's a pre-trained model. I used ResNet 50 for training the model. Okay, so I will show you how can we train the model. Okay, this is my project, and all this project will be uploaded to GitHub, and you guys can download and you guys can do the experiment on this one. So we can see lot of files are available here. So I have done a lot of experiment with customizing the ResNet and writing my own neural network to classify it. But I think I used a pre-trained model using the ResNet, and which gave me a relatively good result. I got nearly 95 to 96, around 95.8 accuracy. So in all the machine learning problems, the first process is the pre-processing part. Here you guys can see that a pre-processing.py file is there, where I have defined my path, okay, my data path and the data folders. So let me try to open that for you guys. So here we can see we have a train and the validation folders, and the train folder have 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500 and 2000. Okay, so inside that can see that all the images are here, and 10 rupees images are there and 20 rupees images are there. Okay, and we have that few files or few folders in the validation part also. Okay. So this is our data set, and I have collected this data set from different sources. I got some from the Kaggle and I got from some other website. So I have consolidated all data set to a single folder. I will be uploading this to the Kaggle, and you guys can freely download it and use it. Then we have a transformation part, where we have a dictionary, we have defining, and we have a train, and we have a validation. So here we are saying, okay, what are all the transformation we need to do in the training phase, and what all things we need to in the validation phase. Okay, here we are resizing to the size 224, and we are doing the horizontal flip in the training part and converting tester, and we are doing the normalization to this particular value. This is actually found by research. Okay, experts are after the lot of research, the people are found, okay, these normalization values are accurate. We can do some play around with these values. Okay, then we are loading the data set. So basically we are loading both training and the validation data set, and we are using the here like we are using the data loaders, and we set the batch set at 24 and number of workers as our CPU count. And here we are checking the what is the data set size, and we are taking the class names. Okay, so this class name is similar to the folder names, and we are checking. So next in line number 37 we are checking, okay, this if the CUDA is available or not. Okay, so if the CUDA is available, we using the devices CUDA, otherwise we will using the CPU. So this is the basic pre-processing that we have done. Then I will show you we have a file, the trainer.py. Okay, this is the file I'm used for the training purpose. So you guys can run like Python trainer.py file py. Ensure that you set in the pre-processing part, ensure that you set the path in the correct, you guys give this path as the correct folder path. Okay. So in the trainer.py we have defined a model. So this is a pre-trained model, and I used the ResNet, okay, ResNet, which is, I believe, which is 2015 ImageNet winner by Microsoft. Then I am setting here, this part is important, and we are setting the FC layer as trainable. Okay, then we are taking the number of features as the input. So in this number of features used here as a input feature. We can see that, okay, we have designed a custom FC layer. So it is little deep. I have used that 512 and then 512 to 256, 256 to 196. In between we have used relieve and the dropout, and finally we are outputting 7 classes. So this head model, I mean this particular sequential thing, I set as a fully connected layer. Okay. Then in particularly in PyTorch, so this here I have used PyTorch. We have used the PyTorch for as a framework, as a deep neural network framework, and which is actually developed by the Facebook research team. So they are here. We are checking, okay, if the device is CUDA enabled or the CPU, we are setting this model to converting this model to the corresponding CPU or the CUDA. Then yeah, as usual, like we will be using the cross entropy loss. Since it's a classification, we are using the cross entropy loss as a loss function, and we are using the Adam as the optimizer. Learning rate at 0.001. Okay, then in line number 47 we are training the model. So I have written another file called train.py where there is a function called train. So in that function we will be using, in that function we are passing all these parameters to that particular function. So I am in train.py. So here passing all the parameters are there, and by default epoch is set as 2, but I did like 300 epochs. Okay, I got like 90, as I mentioned, like it's 95.6%, around 96% accuracy I got. So this is the below code is like it's a normal neural network training procedure that we have followed here. Okay, so as I said, like we have two folders, train and the validation folders. Folders are there, and in the training part we will be setting model into a train model. Okay, then we are setting the running loss and the correct as 0, running correct as 0. Then in each epoch we will be, so this is actually we are converting these two lines, we are converting to the particular CPU or CUDA type. Okay, and each epoch, okay, we will be predicting the model, and we will be calculating the loss function, okay, and if it is in the training phase, we will be doing the back propagation and updating the optimizer. So this process is happening in each epoch, okay. Then once that is done, after each epoch we are checking, okay, which is our current epoch accuracy is greater than the best accuracy. Initially this best accuracy is set as 0. So if it is greater, we will be setting the epoch accuracy as the best accuracy, and we will be saving this model. Okay. So once all the epochs is done, we will be saving this model to final.pt. So where we can see here final.pt. Okay. So here you guys can see that lot of models I have trained with a different network, and I have also used like Inception, pre-trained model, VGGNet, all are used, but I think that ResNet give me like best accuracy. Okay, so in this project these two files are important, so I think I explained it about these two things, and we got, after this training part, we will get a final.pt. So we will be using this model in the prediction part. For that what I have done is I have created a Django project. Where I have copied my that particular trained model. Then I have created a predict.py. Then this preprocessor.py is same as I explained in the training part. And util.py, which is not necessary now. So when we come to the Django part, here we can see that it is running in the local host. So let me go to the url.py. So whenever a hit is coming to localhost 8000, it will be coming to here, and it will go to the classifier.py. So in the classifier.py, whenever we post, okay, we have a form. So let me show you the form. Okay, in the form, it's actually a model form, is inherited from the model form, and we have set it is a classifier model. So let me show you the classifier model. This classifier model has an input image and an output image field. So this output image field I put it for my future enhancement. Okay, for the time being I am not using it. So after the form, so these are basic Django code. Okay, so once the form is validating, we are saving the model and we are taking this particular object. Okay, and this particular object image path is sent to the predict function. Okay, so this is the predict function. We have a predict function is here. So let me go to that predict function. So this predict function will be loading our model. Okay, the saved model will be loaded here. Okay, skeleton will be loaded here. Then we will be creating same model as we did in the training phase. So ResNet 18 is pre-trained model is created. Okay, then the fully connected layer is used. Our custom fully connected layer is used. Then we will be loading this particular dictionary or this particular trained model to this created model. Okay, so also all the weight will be updated here in this particular model. And once that is done, we have got in the predict part, we got the input image. So this input image, using a pill, okay, we will be opening the image from this particular path. Okay, once the image is opened, we will be doing the transformation, and then we will be using the unsqueezing. Okay, Once this is done, once the pre-processing is done, we will set the model as a valuation type, then we will be doing the prediction here. So once the prediction is done, so we will be like getting a sigmoid kind of a result. Okay, so we will be taking the maximum value from the output, that will be our prediction index. So using this, we will be from the output classes, we will be selecting the one of the classes based on this prediction. This will be sent to our view. So actually our view called this predict, right? So this will be, as a result of this predict, the class name will be sent back to this particular variable. That is, it may be like 20 rupees, maybe like 100 rupees, maybe like 500 rupees, like that. Okay. So here, like I have done some print here. Okay, in between during the development phase I got some issues, so to figure out that I did some debugging purpose, I have done some printout here. Okay, so once this got, okay, we will be rendering the index.html with the following context. So this context is very important. So this has that particular class name. Okay, so quickly I will go to the template part. Template, like I will not explain much about this template. This is normal Django template. Okay, so where we will be binding this prediction here. So uploaded currency will be what we have got it from the view part. Okay, I hope this video help you guys. I tried to explain few details. I know like still there will be some gap. If you guys have like any questions, please message me. I try to help you guys. Also, I will be uploading all these details to the GitHub. All this source code will be uploaded to GitHub. You guys can use it, and maybe you guys can do some play around with that. Also, I will be uploading the dataset to the Kaggle. I will share all the links with this video. Okay, if you like this video, please do like. Thank you very much.